What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and the offensive side of the ball. And we're going to be talking about three players who's going to benefit the most from the Ryan Grubb hire, and three players who's poised to have a breakout spring. We know Ryan Grubb is our offensive coordinator, but Ryan Grubb, he done been a offensive line coach, quarterback coach, running back coach, wide receiver coach. This man has coached all facets of the offense, basically every position on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, so that's why he's such a great coordinator as far as college football. That's why. But anyway, one of the players that's going to benefit from the Ryan Grubb hire is Kadyn Proctor. This is Kadyn Proctor's third year. He's going into his junior year, his money season. He's got one of the best offensive coordinators in the country as far as college. I'll continue to say that. He did his thing at Seattle. They didn't like what he do, even though he improved that offense. And I'm glad that they fired him, and I'm glad to have him at the University of Alabama, talking about Ryan Grubb. But Kadyn Proctor is going to benefit from Ryan Grubb. I think this season, 2025, Kadyn Proctor going to have the best season he done had since he's been at Alabama. You know, he had issues his freshman season. All right, as any freshman, the most freshman thrown in there as a starter. Then last season, he got better. Y'all remember he transferred to Iowa for a short amount of time, decided to come on back. But his second season was better than his first, and I expect his third season to be better than his second. Improvement each and every year. And now that he's got one of the best in the game, why shouldn't he improve? Why shouldn't he benefit from the Ryan Grubb hire? Why shouldn't he, man? Come on now. Matter of fact, Proctor, it says right here on this article, it's on Bama Hammer, daggone site I live on, because they have all the latest Alabama football news. But anyway, right here it says Proctor will likely enter the season as a projected top 10 pick in the 2026 draft. He took a leap from his freshman to sophomore season in Tuscaloosa, and that he did. All right. The hope is that he will take another sizable leap as a junior and become one of the best left tackles in the country. I truly hope so. But I just want to see improvement. And hopefully it's a drastic improvement. All right. So, hey, like I say, Ryan Grubb, he's been an offensive line coach. He know what he's looking for. All right. Next up, Ryan Williams. Like I said, Ryan Grubb has been a wide receiver coach too. But anyway, we know what Ryan Williams is bringing to the table. We know it. We saw it last year. Those first 4 games, he broke out. I think the first 4 games he had 8 touchdowns. Yeah, 7 or 8. True freshman. We know what he bringing to the table. And under the tutelage of Ryan Grubb, oh my goodness, it's gonna be crazy. I ain't even too much to talk about when it comes to flying around Hollywood Williams. Because like I say, and I continue to say, we know what he gonna do. You put the ball in his hands and he can make some shit happen. All right? And plus we're going to have better quarterback play this season. But anyway, going back, if you look at the wide receivers from Washington when Ryan Grubb was there, Rome Odunze, y'all know what he did. I think that man caught like 1,400 yards that season, 2023, with Ryan Grubb. Come on, man. I think it was 1,600 yards, 92 catches, 1,640 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Hopefully, we can get that out of Ryan Williams. Hopefully. But if it's a little less, that'll be fine too. Because we got other receivers. We got a plethora of wide receivers. And they good too. Trust me on that. Plus, we got transfer Isaiah Horton from Miami. And he's going to benefit too, just to throw that out there. Matter of fact, he's just going to benefit from being on my Alabama Crimson Tide's football team. But yeah, Ryan Williams, he's going to benefit too. Because guess what? he going to have somebody back there that can get him the ball. Yes, sir. All the wide receivers. So, hey, it is what it is. My Alabama Crimson Tide, we are loaded. We are loaded. So, yeah, wide receiver core, they going to benefit. I think the whole wide receiver core going to benefit, but mostly Ryan Williams. Let's keep it moving. All right. Freshman phenom quarterback Keelan Russell. He most definitely going to benefit under the tutelage of Ryan Grubb. Come on now. Hey, how can't he benefit? He's coming from high school to college. How can't he benefit? Ryan Grubb, one of the best quarterback coaches in the game. Look what he did to Michael Penix. And Michael Penix, 3-star Michael Penix, I might add. And you got the 5-star Keelan Russell. And I believe right now he's the #1 recruit in the 2025 class or 2024 class, whatever it was. So hell yeah, this guy's really gonna benefit. Let me read what he said about this. The possibility of a 5-star freshman phenom Keelan Russell starting next season for Alabama just increased with the addition of Ryan Grubb. He has a reputation and history of developing quarterbacks, and Russell is the most talented one on the Crimson Tide roster. Now, I'm not going to go that far to say he's the most talented one on the roster right now. But if you give Keelan Russell 1 year in this system, man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Now, I know we got Austin Mack. And Ryan Grubb recruited Austin Mack. And Austin Mack standing about 6'4", 6'5". I know that. And he's accurate, too. Austin Mack is accurate. But Keelan Russell he's going to be something to see. Alabama got to do everything they can to keep him on the roster. And that's fact. So, hey, we'll see how this quarterback battle plays out. But Keelan Russell, he will benefit a whole lot from Ryan Grubb. The safer choice would be Ty Simpson or even Austin Mack, but Russell can raise the ceiling of the 2025 Crimson Tide to a level that no other two can, or the other two can't. But yeah, he can raise the level. So Grubb was instrumental in Michael Penix's development at Washington, and also tutored Jake Haener at Fresno State. Jake Haener has some hellified daggone stats too at Fresno State under the tutelage of Ryan Grubb. Haener was a little-known recruit before putting together an impressive career at Fresno State and ultimately getting drafted by the New Orleans Saints in the first round. Russell may not be the team's starting quarterback next season. It makes more sense for Simpson to be a bridge quarterback and allow Russell to get physically and mentally ready for the grind of the college football season. But Grubb's hiring is massive for Russell's development and certainly increases the chances that he will be ready to play sooner than later. Love it. Love it. I'm telling you, man, I got confidence in all the quarterbacks. And Keelan Russell ain't even took a snap at Alabama yet. But I got confidence in him because look at what he did just this past year, his senior season. 55 touchdowns, 4 interceptions? Come on, man. The man threw for like 4,500 yards. I know it's in high school. But with those kind of numbers, come on now. And he did it at the highest level in Texas. Highest level of college football. Not a 1A or 2A, 1 or 2A, 6A. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Now, let's get off of that. Let's talk about the 3 offensive players poised to break out this spring. And this is on Bama Hammer too. Okay, you can go look at all this. Or you can read it for yourself. All right, number 1, tight end Danny Lewis. We know Danny Lewis. He's been in the program. I think this is his 4th year. He was in the transfer portal. He decided not to transfer. Took his name out of the transfer portal. Stayed with my Alabama Crimson Tide. And I'm quite sure Coach Kadyn DeBoer and his offensive staff had something to do with it. I'm sure of that. Because over 4 years, or 3 years already, Danny Lewis ain't caught but 1 pass for 5 yards. So why wouldn't he get in the transfer portal? I've been waiting on Danny Lewis for 2 years now. We'll say 2 years, but he can never see his way on the daggone field unless he's blocking, because they really wasn't throwing to him. But anyway, but Danny Lewis, man, we got kind of how I want to say it. Our tight end room is kind of scarce. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the depth ain't there in the tight end room. And having Danny Lewis to come back, that's great. You know, CJ Dupree he left, Robbie Outs left. Now you got Josh Cuevas, transfer from Washington. He did his thing last season. And you got Danny Lewis, and you got 2 other guys, I believe. So you got Caleb Edwards and Marshall Pritchard. Both of them true freshmen. You got a second year player, Jay Lindsey. I ain't seen him yet. So now we got Josh Cuevas and Danny Lewis. Those will be our next 2. So I feel like Danny Lewis is really going to get some playing time this season. He's going to get those he's going to get balls thrown to him. Plain and simple. He's going to do it. So we going to see Danny Lewis this season. And if he have a great spring, he will be on the field. Hell, I think he's going to be on the field anyway. So I'm looking forward to seeing Danny Lewis at the tight end position. But hey, Danny Lewis, do your thing when you get your chance. But anyway, let's keep moving. Wide receiver Jaylen Mbakwe. You know Jaylen Mbakwe played cornerback all last year. All right, he played in a backup role. But he got a lot of playing time. I mean a lot. Jumped in the transfer portal after the season because he wanted to be a wide receiver. So they say, hey, come on out the portal. We'll let you play wide receiver. So he just switched positions. Okay? I don't know how the coach let the player dictate where he's going to play, but that's what happened. Mind you, Jaylen Mbakwe was a wide receiver in high school, a quarterback in high school, cornerback in high school, played some safety in high school. The guy was all over the field in high school. But I guess Nick Saban recruited him now. Nick Saban was the one recruiting him to be a cornerback. But it might be good that he's a wide receiver, but he switched over to wide receiver because we lost 3 in the transfer portal. Yep, we lost 3 guys in the transfer portal. Kobe Prentice, I don't even remember the rest. I do remember Kobe Prentice. So, hey, it is what it is. Kobe Prentice, Kendrick Law. Here's another one. But we still got a plethora of wide receivers. So, anyway. But now we got Jaylen Mbakwe as a wide receiver. So, yeah, if he show that he can show up and show out at wide receiver in the spring, then that'll be great. And that's what I'm expecting him to do because he done played it so much in high school. All he got to do, learn that playbook. Learn the playbook. Probably already know the routes. Now, how great of a route runner he is, I don't know. Not at the college level. So, but he was very successful at wide receiver in high school. So, Jaylen Mbakwe, he just may be poised to have a breakout spring. So, we will see. We will see. All right. Then we got Richard Young. He's poised to have a breakout spring. Matter of fact, I think he poised to have a breakout 2025 season. You know, Richard Young was our third back. 5-star, I might add. And with Justice Haynes transferring to Michigan, that just opened the door for Richard Young. We done seen flashes from Richard Young of what he can be. And he's going to be a great, great running back for my Alabama Crimson Tide. And he will run over you too. Come on now. Playing time opened up for Richard Young with Justice Haynes entering the transfer portal and ultimately transferring to Michigan. Young was Alabama's third running back last season behind Haynes and Jam Miller. Miller returns, but there's plenty of carries available. Plenty. Just got to use these running backs. We can't have none of that what we had last season. That's a change from last season, as so much of the running game revolved around Jaylen Miro, and that's true. With a more traditional running game expected in 2025, there should be carries to go around for multiple running backs. Young carried the ball 27 times for 146 yards and a pair of touchdowns in his second season on campus. He flashed some real ability, particularly when he broke a 62-yarder against Missouri. It has been several years since Alabama has had a real difference maker at running back, and Young could develop into that guy as a 5-star recruit in his own right. Now, it ain't been several years since Alabama done had a breakout running back, because Jahmyr Gibbs, basically, he was kind of do it all for us. Jahmyr Gibbs was a beast. So it ain't been several years, okay? But anyway, let's keep it moving. There will be plenty of competition for carries. Miller figures to be the #1 back again, but Alabama also added Louisiana transfer Jaylen Washington and added the nation's #2 running back in AK during the 2025 recruiting cycle. Alabama also brings back a pair of 4-star recruits from the 2024 cycle, Daniel Hill and Kevin Riley. Both of those guys pretty good too. In the crowded backfield, Young needs a big spring to solidify his standing in the rotation. Now, Daniel Hill ain't no joke. He ain't no joke either. Kevin Riley, we got a stacked running back room. But hey, I really believe Richard Young is going to be that guy behind J.M. Miller. Really do. Somebody in this running back room might be transferring. I ain't going to say this year, but it just might be. But those are the guys, Kadyn Proctor, Keelan Russell, and Ryan Williams, that I think, according to this article, is going to benefit more with the Ryan Grubb hire, the 3 offensive guys. And the 3 offensive guys that's going to have a breakout spring, Richard Young, Jaylen Mbakwe, and tight end Danny Lewis. So, I know we talking, it's in the future. It remains to be seen. But our Alabama Crimson Tide going to be primed and ready in 2025. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. And we will have a better season than last year. And I'm going to call it now. Alabama going to win at least 11 games. I ain't going to say undefeated just right now, but Alabama going to win at least 11 games. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. So, check back with me. I might change that. But it'll be going north, not south. But anyway, y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.